My thoughts on Sean O'Malley is that fucker is frail. Frail.
Sterling on it. Sterling in a world of trouble. What's it out here?
Curious about the dramatic moments when overconfident fighters were humbled by surprisingly modest adversaries? In many cases, cocky fighters frequently engage in provocative verbal exchanges, confidently predicting their victory and belittling their opponents.
Dance tomorrow night. I'ma crack your ribs. I'ma crack your jaw.
He's out cold.
However, these bold claims don't always lead to the expected outcome. This video is fully packed with these iconic matchups where pride met its downfall, and ultimately, underdogs emerged victorious. The first in our list is Alvarez versus Kirkland, a brutal reality check. In January 2015, the boxing world buzzed with news that Canelo Alvarez would face James Kirkland in a non-title light middleweight bout. Despite not having an official date initially, the fight was eventually scheduled for May 9, 2015 at Minute Maid Park in Houston, Texas. This match was set to be a major event, airing live on HBO just a week after the highly anticipated Mayweather vs. Pacquiao showdown. As the fight drew closer, Alvarez, fresh off signing a lucrative HBO contract, took center stage in front of 31,588 fans. Kirkland, known for his aggressive style, came out swinging, but he quickly met his match. Alvarez delivered a powerful straight right hand that wobbled Kirkland and led to a knockout. Then, in a decisive turn of events, by the third round, a sharp counter right uppercut put Kirkland down again. Alvarez then finished the fight with a jab to the body followed by a decisive right hand, earning a third-round knockout. In terms of performance, Alvarez's precision was evident as he landed 87 out of 150 punches, 58%, compared to Kirkland's 42 out of 197, 21%. After the fight, Kirkland admitted he didn't even realize he'd been knocked out and was taken to the hospital for a CT scan. Looking forward, Alvarez's dominant victory set up a high-profile bout between him and WBC middleweight champion Miguel Cotto. Not only did the fight make waves in the ring, but it was also a hit on HBO, drawing an average of 2.146 million viewers and peaking at 2.296 million, marking the highest viewership for HBO in 2015. Bobby Green versus Islam Makhachev. On February 26, 2022, at UFC Fight Night 202, Islam Makhachev made a massive statement with a first-round Green. Green, who was a last-minute replacement for Beneil Dariush, after Dariush had to pull out with an ankle injury, took the fight on just 10 days' notice, including 4 stoppages. Following the bout, Makhachev, who had Khabib Nurmagomedov in his corner, expressed his frustration with the level of competition and made it clear he's ready for a shot at the lightweight championship. Meanwhile, Green, despite his valiant effort, was left hoping for a rematch with a full training camp, though it seemed unlikely given Makhachev's focus on bigger challenges. TJ Dillashaw versus Henry Cejudo. January 19, 2019 marked a dramatic downfall for TJ Dillashaw's overconfidence when he forced Henry Cejudo at UFC Fight Night 143. Originally scheduled for UFC 233, the bout was moved up after the event's cancellation. Dillashaw entered with swagger, but was swiftly knocked out cold by Cejudo in just 32 seconds of the first round. In that brief time, Cejudo's dominance was evident as he landed 18 of 23 significant strikes, a 70% accuracy rate, while Dillashaw connected only 1 of 3 attempts.
The NYSAC has suspended Dillashaw for 1 year and slapped him with a $10,000 fine for the failed test.
However, the aftermath of this defeat was even more devastating for Dillashaw. On March 20, 2019, he voluntarily relinquished his UFC bantamweight title after USADA and the New York State Athletic Commission discovered he had used a banned substance. Dillashaw received a 12-month suspension from the NYSAC, which was later extended to 2 years by USADA for testing positive for EPO. As a result, he wouldn't be eligible to fight again until January 19, 2021. Following the suspension, Dillashaw admitted to EPO use on Instagram, expressing regret and acknowledging the negative impact on his coaches, family, and teammates. He claimed the EPO use was limited to that fight, and that USADA had rechecked all his previous drug samples. Ultimately, Dillashaw's dramatic fall from grace underscores how overconfidence and poor choices can lead to significant setbacks. Joel Casmir versus Juan Manuel Marquez. On September 13, 2008, Joel Casmir took on Juan Manuel Marquez in a highly anticipated lightweight champion bout at the MGM Grand Arena in Las Vegas. Casmir was defending his lineal world title and the ring lightweight title, but he was about to face a tough challenge from Marquez, who was eager to claim his 6th world title across 3 weight classes. In the early rounds, Marquez struggled as he walked straight into Casmir's counterpunches. It wasn't until the 5th round that Marquez started finding his range with his right hand. By then, Casmir had a cut over his right eye from a clash of the heads. Despite Marquez landing clean punches, Casmir's counterattacks kept him in the fight. Things took a dramatic turn in the 11th round. Marquez delivered a powerful right hand that knocked Casmir down. Although Casmir got up, he was visibly shaken. As soon as the fight resumed, Marquez unleashed a flurry of punches, knocking Casmir down again with about 7 seconds left in the round. Referee Tony Weeks stepped in, ending the fight with Marquez winning by TKO. Before the knockout, the judges had the fight even at 95-95, with one scoring 97-93 for Marquez. Marquez's victory not only earned him the title, but also a spot as the #2 pound-for-pound fighter according to Ring Magazine. Monte Barrett versus Shane Cameron. July 5, 2012 saw Monte Barrett square off against New Zealander Shane Cameron in a high-stakes bout where the winner would secure the #1 contender spot for the NZPBA title, potentially setting up a fight against Sonny Bill Williams. Barrett was confident, but admitted the fight against Cameron would be a real challenge. He even mentioned looking forward to a 3rd fight with David Tua after handling Cameron. However, Barrett's confidence quickly turned into a humbling defeat. Cameron, who had been training hard and felt superb leading up to the fight, delivered a devastating performance. He knocked Barrett out in the 4th round with a powerful overhand right, ending Barrett's title hopes and his reign from previous years. With this victory, Cameron redeemed his early loss to David Tua. Following this win, Cameron took on Danny Green for the vacant IBO Cruiserweight title on November 21, 2012 in Melbourne. Unfortunately for Cameron, Green defeated him by unanimous decision, proving that even with a standout win, the journey to the top remains challenging. Greg Jackson versus Cornelius Whitlock. In a thrilling showdown, Greg Jackson, 4-1, 2 KOs, clashed with Cornelius Whitlock, 3-2, 2 KOs, highlighting Jackson's exceptional boxing prowess. The fight, which lasted 3 rounds, highlighted Jackson's advantages and Whitlock's shortcomings. In the first round, both fighters were cautious, avoiding risky moves and focusing on maintaining their defense. Jackson used his height advantage to keep Whitlock at bay, scoring points with his reach and consistent offensive output. Whitlock landed some punches, but his defensive lapses, often staying flat-footed, allowed Jackson to capitalize on these moments. The second round saw Whitlock make a comeback with a solid overhand right counter that knocked Jackson down. Jackson, momentarily stunned and unsteady, managed to recover quickly and focused on defense for the rest of the round. By the 3rd round, Jackson reasserted his control. He used his range effectively, continuing to outpoint Whitlock. Despite Whitlock's athleticism, his tendency to stay flat-footed left him vulnerable. Jackson cornered Whitlock and unleashed a series of hard combinations, culminating in a TKO stoppage. Jackson, just 26 years old, showcased his potential as a future top contender. His ability to recover from a knockdown, stick to his game plan, and finish the fight intelligently demonstrated his skill and promise in the welterweight division. And there you have it, the perfect reminder that in the world of combat sports, humility often outshines arrogance. Time and time again, we've seen how overconfidence can lead to downfall, while focus and respect for one's opponent pave the way to unexpected victories. These moments not only entertain, but also teach us the valuable lesson that no matter how big the hype, the fight isn't won until the bell rings. Which iconic upset moment stands out the most to you, when a humble fighter silenced the arrogance of a cocky opponent? Thanks for being with us through this video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your subscription helps us continue creating quality content for you.